Hello, Teacher Jackie here to just help some of us get back on the VIP Kid wagon. I just taught class. My place is kind of a little messy, but I am so glad to be here and getting to sport my coat and use it because I think right after I got this is when like everything went down. It was crazy. So a lot of you are getting back. You're like, can I do this? Was it going to be the same? Am I going to remember? The answer is yes, yes, and yes. You can do this. You'll remember what you did, and we'll move on. So what I'm going to do here is I can't really share my screen right now, or can I? Anyway, I'm actually personally going through this, so I thought I would go ahead and share. So real quick, don't forget to go to your contract. So in the new VIP teacher portal, you will go to the upper right where your name is, go to Account Center. After you go to Account Center, on the left, go down, 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 down where it says My Contract. In My Contract, make sure you view the contracts. You may or may not agree that it's probably $1 less per hour. Make sure you download them. You should have them for your own records. The first two that I have says Adults Course Addendum, independent contract, and the next one says Global Major Course Addendum, and then the bottom one says Independent Contractor, which in that one, I don't see any money mentioned there. It's mostly about the contract that I'm an independent, I'm not an employee, what I'm responsible for, what they're responsible for, how we can break up legally. Here we go. Payment for class. In exchange for full performance, you'll get paid. Doesn't say how much. Blah, 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 blah. Services failures, then you won't get paid. And moving on. My point here is, though, going back to contract, my contract, in the upper right of that little bit of area, there's an orange button that says Print IC Verification Letter. Now, your name must match the name on your contract. So I went back to my independent contract, looked at my name. It was my first full name, middle, full name, and last name, copied it, went to this Print IC Verification, and pasted it into teacher name, paste it into signature, check the box that I've read and understood it, and submit. And then I also printed it. I don't know if this helps because some people say they're being delayed in payment. I'm currently getting delayed in payment, so I'm doing this to make sure. The other thing was combined payments. So back to the left side, down underneath contract, it says combined payments. So the combined payments. Now, I first signed this the wrong way, and I was so mad because I couldn't redo it. So listen here. I have my deposits going straight to my bank. I have no fees, and it happens usually right away. Although the last 2 weeks, it's been on a 2 to 3 day delay. Thursday payment, by the way. So with that, I am looking here and it says if your payment is less than $80, you want to combine your payments. So let's say you worked a few classes and you only made $40. Then they will combine it with your next one. You won't get it. Well, I want it. I get paid weekly. I have signed up for weekly payments. I want my $40. I want my $9 or whatever it might be. So at the bottom, you say you disagree and you check it and you click it and you move on. So make sure you have done that. So today, April 1st, it says I start my new contract. And for those of you returning, you may know or not know that your contract automatically renews. Very, very interesting. You no more anything. I didn't have to do anything, but I came in today after I taught my classes, made sure my combined payments disagree was done, that my independent contract verification letter was done, double checked all of my current contracts, downloaded them. I can answer my previous ones. I've lost track now how many I've had. Anyway, that's good though. Other than that, look at your account information. I know for me, I mention how many years I've taught. So if it's been a year, make sure you add that extra year at the very bottom. Yes, teaching experience. Experience 1. I add a year there. Make sure you add a year. Double checking everything else. I actually, when everything was going down, they were doing tiger school. So I thought, okay, little kids. So my profile picture had me and Dino, and thought, well, that might attract some students. Long story short, I never taught for about a year and a half, and now I'm back teaching and almost fully booked. It is exciting because I really need the money right now. So I've always needed it, but for the year and a half, I was a little more frugal. But anyway, I could not change my profile photo. I couldn't. I did the right 200 by 200 or 250 by 250. I made sure it was, my face and only me and light and straight and not crooked. And I did everything right. Put in a ticket and they said, well, if you need help, try it again. If you need help, we can do it. I tried it again. 3 days later, it was declined. I don't know. I think it's an automatic thing. I don't think they have enough manpower to worry about uh, the profile photos. So I put it in a ticket. My next ticket said, your last ticket said to send it to you and you would do it. Please, thank you for your attention. Well, about a day or two later, it was up. So yay, I have a new profile photo without Dino because I'm teaching mostly adults now. Um, actually, most of the adult courses are kids. All right, well, this is a long enough video. I figured I'd pop in, give you some tips, tricks, and ideas because we have people saying, is there something I'm missing? I'm not getting booked. I'm not getting. Oh, let's go on that really quick. So let me go to the teacher portal. Let me go to the home page. Let me close these other windows, by the way. And I may do another video on feedback. So I'm on the home page. I'm going to go to class and I'm going to go to bookings. And that gives you the calendar with all the green boxes. Well, hopefully blue boxes. So a couple of things I've learned in the past. Some people said when you click on the copy last week's slots, that they don't feel like they're getting booked, like it's just going into a generic queue, like, I don't know. So people have felt, or mostly felt that when you click on the box and, add them manually, that somehow bumps you up in the queue rather than just being some automatic. Because a lot of the automatic bookings are not happening right now. Remember before, if you were a teacher before, you would put in all your slots for the week, blue all the way across. And then some students for 2 weeks at least, because they can do their frenzy for 2 weeks, they would just automatically book as soon as you opened them. Well, I don't see that this time. I think this parents here on this side of the planet where the US and Latin America is, it seems Sunday night to Monday morning is when the frenzy is. So it's not really Sunday night guaranteed. It's like Monday morning, Monday mid-morning. That's when I seem to see all my bookings happening through that week, if not the next. So let's say it's Tuesday and Wednesday I'm not booked and I put those boxes last week. I usually close those boxes and reopen them back up. And I think it's an assumption, it's a guess, it's a hope that it puts me in the front of the queue. So that's another tip. The other bit, try to keep this under 10 minutes, is that feedback. I have 2 feedback boxes. Let me go file, open, 2 feedback boxes, 2 feedback like scripts. Ed Nace, I don't know what he is or what happened to him, but he had the most amazing book about feedback and Chinese culture. Long story short, thank you, Ed, wherever you are. You have transformed my feedback. So in short, if you're saying in the feedback, hello, we talked about the zoo today. We talked about tigers, lions, and bears. Like you're just repeating what they already know. You're wasting ink, right? Or, space. What they really want is constructive feedback. So you basically say, hello, it was nice to meet or see so-and-so today. He or she participated great or well or with energy, in the class and earned their 5 stars. Third sentence. For today, we learned or practiced, depends on if it's a regular or not. Excuse me, have to drink out of my Mm, a dear friend got me this. It's it's tea. All right, so you learn to practice the vocabulary words. So I do go copy paste the vocabulary words because in most cases they need to practice those. It was great to hear him or her read or talk. In some cases, it's read and talk. Sometimes it's read only, talk only about, and then the topic. So let's say the topic is zoo, but in the class, you talked about monkeys the entire time or pandas. So we just say that. It was great to hear her talk about pandas. Again, they don't need to know what the class is about. They know that. Then I say that kind of call to action at home. Please practice pronouncing. And then during class, I type in the chat box what um, they're mispronouncing and what I have to help them with. So then after class, I copy that chat box, paste it. Let's say you're one of those where you're cutting short on time. When you go back to the class, it's still in the chat box, the words they mispronounced. So cut and paste that into there. Then the last is thank you for your hard work in class, please, and leaving 5 Apple feedback. And I've gotten some 5 Apple feedbacks this past week or two. See you next time, teacher so and so. I hope that helps. I'm over my 10-minute mark, but again, I think this video is very valuable to everyone returning. Welcome back. We are back, and supposedly they said 2 weeks ago there was going to be another new course launched this month. I don't see it yet, but I've learned in a year and a half to be patient and hopeful, which I have always been. So the other feedback block I have script is the trial. There are some trials that I'm getting. They are trial for me, but basically instead of saying again, we talked about shoes. There's a class about women's shoes, but I don't think that's a trial. But anyways, don't say what it is. Just welcome to VIP Kid. Thank you for having trial class with me. You did very well today. When you participate with great focus, you will learn very quickly. Now, these again were tips and ideas from Mr. Ed Nace that I cannot find on the internet. His website's gone, his books are gone, but I've bought them. So the regular one and the extended. You will learn quickly. Taking additional classes will help your English language success. You repeated the vocabulary very well. Great job. I know that you will be a good fit for VIP Kid. I don't know when we need to change that to VIP Teacher. Probably just keep it Kid. To learn fluent English, thank you for a great class. So really, this is a copy and paste. I don't have to customize this anytime. Currently, I can say I have not signed any trials, but I'm not sure because actually I taught a trial class, and then later I had them in a regular class, but it never showed that they signed up. So I'm confused. I think they trial on guided reading or on the adult. No, that's what it was. I think they did a trial for the adult class, but then they came in on the guided reading. So just kind of an FYI. I don't get my hopes up on those anymore. But well, the dogs are barking. You're probably barking, want me to be done, but oh, I hope you're excited to be back. I know I am. Cheers. I have to throw up a good job or something. But if you have any questions, want to talk anyway, just comment below so we can connect. There's nothing more than just doing life with people and enjoying this side gig. All right. Talk to you later. Thanks again. Goodbye.